The warning vehicle dynamic control system needs to be checked in the Subaru vehicle covers the traction control and stability control problems. These systems in your Subaru rely on plenty of different sensors, control units and inputs, so it's very hard to say exactly what's malfunctioning, but looking at the behavior of your car, you may understand a lot before you pay any money for inspections and repairs. First of all, this warning may be just a glitch. I know a lot of cases when people inflated their tires in Subaru cars in Europe or the UK and got this warning during the next several miles of driving. The thing is that in many markets, Subaru doesn't use actual TPMS sensors but uses ABS sensors to measure wheel diameter at all times by calculating and comparing the speed of each wheel. So to cut a long story short, when you inflate the tire, its diameter changes and the system needs some time to recalibrate. If the message goes away within half an hour, there is nothing you should worry about. Also, Subaru cars are extremely voltage dependent and they may throw a ton of different random warnings if the 12-volt battery is not healthy. This usually triggers the ABS light since the ABS module is very power thirsty. It will glitch at startup when the voltage naturally drops a little, but if the battery is weak, the voltage will drop significantly. Even if the car still starts and drives, it makes sense to check the battery with a load tester and just rule out this problem before you move on. Sometimes Subaru batteries will need an external charger because their charging system is too smart to be efficient in city traffic, so it keeps the battery poorly charged at all times unless you drive on highways a lot. Then this message may also be triggered by any problems with the engine sensors and systems, and you will likely see the check engine light along with the warning. In this case, you may try retightening the fuel cap, since it's a very common culprit for this warning. Badly tightened cap will trigger evap system issues and the check engine light will go on the dashboard. Inspect the fuel cap seal, and if you see any cracks in it, replace the seal to make sure this is not the culprit of your problem. Of course, if this doesn't help, you need to read the codes with a good Subaru compatible scanner and see what codes sit behind the check engine light. Finally, this message often pops up when there is an actual problem with the ABS sensor, wiring in the system or ABS module. Replacing the wheel speed sensors in Subaru vehicles is not that hard, but to understand which sensor malfunctions you will need a good scan tool. So it's better to find a good mechanic who can inspect the car and replace the faulty sensors or clean the corroded connections.